The cast. The doctors. Dr. Caselli, world-renowned neuropsychiatrist and neurosurgeon. PhD, MD neurosurgery, neurology, psychiatry, neuropsychiatry. His specialties: brain surgery, spinal surgery, neuropathic surgery, electronic brain implant surgery. He is also a court-appointed psychiatrist for the violent and extremist criminally insane. Dr. Caselli, in his late 50s, is a lean, clean-shaven black man who reliably wears formal attire. He electively dons a pair of glasses. He worked hard to overcome what he agrees was systemic racism against him. He pursues justice and sanity in his patients for the betterment of society, community, and culture. Dr. Brandon, neuropsychiatrist, specialist in neurodegeneration and trauma. PhD, MD psychiatry, neurology. What are his specialties? Physical brain trauma, neurodegeneration, neuropathy, Alzheimer's, Lewy body, advanced brain disorders, epilepsy, and he specializes secondarily in criminal psychiatric consultancy. Dr. Bradbury, or often Dr. Brandon, as he prefers to go by his middle name, is a white man in his 40s, is of moderate build, has a goatee and mustache. He prefers to dress as casual as his job permits, which is mostly business professional. He started his career in software engineering, but saw correlations between the human mind and existing and forthcoming technologies. And so, he shifted his interest from machine artificial intelligence to human intelligence. He comes from an affluent family, affording him time to focus on his passions of human and AI. Dr. Garcia, neurologist, also a specialist in brain therapies and stimulation. PhD, MD neurology, internal medicine as well. He specializes in migraines, palsies, attention, cognitive deficit disorders, eating, behavioral disorders, transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS, electroconvulsive therapy, ECT, deep brain stimulation, DBS, vagus nerve stimulation, VNS, criminal psychiatrist consultant as well. Dr. Garcia is in his late 40s, is of moderate build, especially considering his age. He is balding and has a mustache. He prefers to dress business casual, but is often required to up his presentation or up his game, and thus wear business professional attire. Dr. Garcia was born and educated in Mexico, and later immigrated to the United States of America, where he transitioned to become a highly respected psychiatrist. He has a compassionate view and a strong drive to help criminals understand themselves and to find a new, healthy path forward. Dr. Hyder, a psychiatrist, a specialist in advanced psychiatric disorders, PhD psychiatry, internal medicine as well. As noted, he is a specialist in psychiatric disorders, depression, anxiety, ideations, destructive tendencies. He has advanced psychiatric disorder expertise in bipolar, schizophrenia, identity, and associative disorders. He also is proficient with background in drug and general addiction. He specializes in general and specific dementias: aphasia, frontal lobe dementia, FTD, Alzheimer's, Lewy body, advanced brain disorders, and again, a criminal psychiatrist consultant. Dr. Hyder is a native-born man of India. He is in his early 50s, is of medium build, and he sports a mustache. He believes you should dress the way you want people to perceive you. He dresses to impress. Dr. Hyder began his career in India and immigrated to the United States, where he became a top criminal psychiatric consultant for the highest profile cases. And in between, he worked for the Scottsdale Psychiatric Hospital for the criminally insane. The Party of Adventurers. Richard Seaborn as the Fulcrum. The Fulcrum which humankind will be judged by. Specialties: Chief Technology Officer, an Operations Officer at Electronic Arts, computer and video game development expert, made over $1 billion revenue for Electronic Arts alone. Xbox and HoloLens studio director at Microsoft. New hardware and platform innovator, Xbox, PlayStation, Wii. Advanced firmware and software engineering, cloud service technologist, cipher breaker, software cracker, network and security hacker. Richard Seaborn, a white male in his early 50s, is of gaunt build through rapid weight loss in only 6 months from his previously heavy build. His hair is short and gray. He sports a mustache and goatee. He wears casual clothes as a rule, as he much dislikes formal attire and formal places and pomp and circumstance, and he wears glasses as required. Richard Seaborn began his life in poverty and pulled himself up by his own bootstraps, as the saying goes. He is self-taught, a computer genius, and a recognized luminary. Catherine Seaborn as the Inquisitive. She's curious, investigative, and seeks solutions. Her specialties: marketing, public relations director, restaurant and food industry veteran, supply chain expert, financial planner, and analyst, FP&A. She's the prosumer of finance. Jack of all trades, capable of doing most anything. Loves to help people and animals. She's a little snarky. She does not take crap from anyone. Catherine Seaborn, a white female in her early 60s, is a petite woman of average build. Her hair is long and decisively gray. She refuses to dye it and comply with the hair color mafia. She electively wears low-key, tasteful quality jewelry. She prefers casual clothes, but adapts fluidly to her audience and setting. She rarely wears glasses, but she will for critical situations. Catherine Seaborn began her life in a broken family, yet she worked hard from a young age, taking a job in her mid-teens to pay for her life and put herself through school and college. Catherine's success is a result of her determination and true talent. Deputy Andrea Taylor as the bodyguard. She is ex-military turned cop, dominant, weapons master, melee trained. Her specialties: firearms master, civilian, police, military, explosives and demolitions military expert, legal passion, trained in law while military, but never took the bar to actually become an attorney. Direct, straight shooter, she despises dishonesty. Quick to act, sometimes a little rash, and hot-headed. Deputy Taylor, a white female with platinum blonde, long flowing hair, is in her late 20s, is a formidable woman of medium stature. She dresses for the occasion, casual, in uniform, or even a catsuit for special operations. She is as intimidating as she is stunning. Deputy Taylor began her life in a rural community where she saw little future for herself locally. And so she joined the military. She joined the U.S. Army, where she was recognized and given the opportunity to join the Special Forces unit. From there, top secret missions and lots of experience in combat and weapons and gadgets. Waitress Katie Snowett as the Empath. She's a jaded waitress but has a heart of gold. She has high emotional intelligence, is naturally empathic and inspirational to those around her. She's charming, persuasive. She can be stealthy and quite acrobatic. She's a parkour hobbyist. She has self-defense training, hand-to-hand combat. She is a non-denominational, faithful woman, but she leans Catholic. Sometimes you could say she's too trusting, but otherwise I would say she is not gullible. Waitress Katie Snowett, a Latina Korean-born woman with brunette hair, in her mid-20s. She has a heart of gold and often wears a cross pendant to show others her faith. She dresses street casual, but is known to wear form-exposing gym clothing, but only in the appropriate situations. And she has an infectious smile. Katie Snowett began her life in the hood, where she saw gang violence, drug abuse, lost souls, and general despair. Without a supportive home life, she worked hard to get out of the cesspool that she was born into. She became a waitress and moved to a rural area to escape the scary world that she had grown up in. HR Bob Sanchez as the Buddy. He's a frustrated human resources director at Microsoft. Bachelor of Science in Psychology, politics savvy, conspiracy theorist, prepper and survivalist, paramilitary member, extreme right-wing conservative, self-defense training in hand-to-hand combat and firearms. He's a non-practicing Catholic. Trust is hard to earn. His brother is a police officer and paramilitary member of the Oath Keepers. Human Resources Bob Woods Sanchez, or just HR Bob, is a balding white man in his early 40s. He strives to impress by donning a suit and intimidating glasses. His jaded demeanor comes across in his expressions and in his prepper ways, including driving him to get physically buffed to be ready for any disaster. He is one tough human resources director. HR Bob started his life in suburbia, where he saw few threats or any hardships. But he was an avid reader, and he learned that the world was not safe. And his locality made things appear safe incorrectly. And so he became a prepper, all the while working in a corporate human resources role. And finally, Amanda Seaborn as the Medic. She's pre-med at St. George University on the island of Grenada in the Caribbean. Her specialties: Bachelor of Psychology, she's a genius like her father, First Aid, First Responder trained, Self-Defense training, Firearms and Blades, Aspiring Prepper and Survivalist, Computer Expert and Hacker, shades of her father there. She's right-leaning conservative, non-denominational Christian, but she does attend church. Trust is hard-earned for Amanda, but it is also easily lost. Amanda Seaborn is a young white woman in her mid-20s, with medium-length brown hair and highlights. She wears whatever clothing suits the occasion. Amanda Seaborn is a bit jaded, though early in life, and so pursued personal defense and survival training and gear. She is working towards becoming a medical doctor, attending St. George University in Grenada. And now, on to the adventure. If you are reading the books or listening to a podcast, you may want to seek out the videos to see the visuals that support the stories from Hell Difficulty and The Adventures of Rick Liberty.